I'm back. So if you watched the last live stream, you'll know I just like abruptly said, okay, bye. But yeah, someone came and I couldn't not go and talk to them. So I'm back now. I'm going to do this live stream again and talk about the same thing again, but a bit more in depth. So it's not so abrupt. But basically, what was I talking about? It was about how to decide that making money gets to be easy, right? Let me move this down. Oh, but the first couple of things I said, it was like, this is my last live stream for the year, probably. Let's just say it is. And if I jump on throughout the holidays, then that's fine. That's a little bonus. And House of Brazen hours closed today till next year. Yay. Okay, now talking about how to decide that making money gets to be easy. Now, a question came through and a woman asked, her name is Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. She asked, how do you decide? Like, what does that even mean? Is it an affirmation? And when you think about it, like, practically, you're like, well, you just decide. But I know what she means. And I remember thinking this as well. I'm like, how do you just decide? Like, what does that mean? So for me, it's a switch. It's a switch that goes off. It's like things have been going this way, and then something happens, or it's like it's more like an accumulation of things that have happened that I've experienced, where you just get to a point where you're like, fuck this, I'm doing it this way now. And that's the best way I can think of it in terms of me, where you just get to a point you're like, I'm done with it being this way, it's going to happen this way. But an example I think is really good is Tony Robbins' pain and pleasure threshold, where he talks about you won't make a change, nothing will change, you won't do anything differently until the pain that you're in gets so excruciating that the idea of the unknown or whatever else it is that you want becomes far more exciting, far more pleasurable to you. But you won't get there until you stop being comfortable being in pain. And how I can relate this to my life is when I had my job. I had been in my job for two years, I think. And for like majority of the time that I was there, I hated the job. I was like, I'm sick of this. I don't want to be in this job. I'm done with it. But I still wasn't in pain enough to do anything about it. I still wasn't uncomfortable enough to make any differences. So that carried on, right? And then how I talked about the accumulation of like different things, different pain points, like the anchoring moments where you just accumulate them to make the decision. Well, it came for me. And I think, like I talked about this in an Instagram post earlier today, where I was driving home from work and I remember thinking, God, this can't be it, surely, like there's got to be more to life than just going to, being at, or driving from work. Like there has to be more than this. And that was like a big anchoring moment, but those moments had accumulated over time, where I finally got to the point where I was like, no, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to quit my fucking job and go all in on this business, because the pain of staying in this job is just, I'm over being here. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. The excitement and the pleasure of the unknown, of the fact that I'm going to go all in on my business and I have no idea if I'm going to succeed at it or not, is far more exciting and far more pleasurable than staying here. So that's what the switch was for me. That's the best example I can think of it. So when you translate it over to money, where you just decide that you're going to make it easily now, it's going to be effortless coming to you when you just decide, like, no, this is how I'm going to make money now. No, this is how it works in my life. It doesn't work this way anymore. This is how it's going to be. It's like the same process. You get to a point where you just switch. You're just like, I've had enough of never having enough money. I am going to do the things that I need to do that are necessary in order for me to stop being in this place. I'm going to go from not having enough to having enough. I'm going to go from not making any to making money. And I'm going to do, like, you take on the attitude of like, I'm going to do whatever fucking needs to be done to make this happen, because I'm sick of being here. And until that switch comes, until you decide, it's just not a big enough drive for you. It's just not a big enough why. You're not going to do the things that you need to do consistently in order to get there. And so that's what deciding is to me. Yeah. Glad that I got that off my chest. I felt bad just like abruptly cancelling the last live stream. But yeah, that's what it means to decide how to, like, that money gets to be easy. Basically, that to be fair, that's one way. But basically, it's just be in enough pain where you are, and you don't need to go to like rock bottom. Like, just saying, you don't need to go there. It doesn't have to happen. You can just decide right now, I've had enough of it being like this. The desire, the drive, the excitement, the pleasure of having enough money, of making money, of money easily coming into my life is far more exciting and far more what I want to put my focus on now, rather than all the shit, all the scarcity, all the fear, all the like crappy limiting beliefs. I'm not going to listen to this anymore. I'm done. I'm just going to focus on this stuff. And I'm going to force myself to focus on it. Every time I try and find myself, like every time I find myself going back to that, I'm going to force myself to do this. I'm going to do whatever it takes to shift this so that I can have this far easily. Yeah. So, in saying that, there's so many noises going around here right now. It's just like every time I want to record, just everything, everyone, everywhere decides they want to make a lot of noise. But I'm sorry about that. But anyway, this is it for me. I hope you have a very beautiful, wonderful Christmas break. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I just hope you have a lovely holiday break if you have holidays. And yeah, I will catch you again. Actually, Christmas bundle, the Xmas bundle. If you want it, it's like expiring in the next couple of hours. There's like 6 awesome, amazing trainings that will help you like make your goals happen in 2020. And it is only $25 and it's like over $500 worth of value. But if you want that, I'll put the link in here. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing holiday break. I will see you again very soon.